Hajji Alejandro, the soulful voice of a generation, a life of music, love, and legacy. In the vibrant world of original Filipino music, OPM, there are few voices as unforgettable as that of Hajji Alejandro. With a career that spanned decades, he wasn't just a singer, he was the soundtrack to many Filipino lives. Known as the Kilabot ng mga Kolehiyala, Alejandro's music, charm, and character etched him into the hearts of millions. But behind the spotlight was a man of depth, passion, and resilience, a man who weathered the highs of fame and the trials of life with grace. This is a heartfelt tribute to a beloved icon whose voice will never fade, even in silence. Early life and musical roots. Born on February 15, 1956, in Manila, Philippines, Hajji Alejandro grew up surrounded by music. His upbringing in a musically inclined household laid the foundation for what would become an extraordinary career. His father, a respected figure in the local music scene, introduced him early to the power of performance. Meanwhile, his mother's love for classical music added a sense of discipline and elegance to his artistic upbringing. The Alejandro home was filled with melodies from different eras: jazz, soul, traditional Filipino folk, and classical compositions, all of which blended to form Hajji's unique musical identity. He grew up during a golden era for Filipino music, the 1960s and 1970s, when creativity and cultural pride surged through the airwaves. This was the world that shaped him, and he embraced it with open arms. Hajji's formal education at the University of the Philippines further refined his natural talent. Immersed in an environment that celebrated cultural expression, he found the perfect space to explore various musical styles, ultimately crafting a sound that was truly his own. A personal life marked by love and loss. Behind the celebrity persona was a man who experienced profound love and devastating heartbreak. Hajji Alejandro was married twice. His first marriage to Myrna de Moro blessed him with 2 daughters, including Rachel Alejandro, who would follow in her father's musical footsteps. His second marriage was to Rio Diaz, a beauty queen and actress. Together, they had a son named Ali, who became the drummer of the band Delar. Though the marriage with Diaz did not last, their time together was deeply meaningful. In the 1990s, Rio returned to the Philippines, and the two eventually separated. Years later, tragedy struck when Diaz passed away from colorectal cancer in 2004, leaving a deep void in Hajji's life. Since 1998, Hajji found love and companionship in a long-term relationship with Alina Velasquez, a fellow musician from the group New Minstrels. Their relationship endured the test of time, filled with shared passion for music and life. In March 2025, Alina revealed in an emotional interview that Hajji had been battling stage 4 colorectal cancer. Just a month later, on April 21, 2025, the heartbreaking news of Hajji Alejandro's passing was confirmed. He died surrounded by love, leaving behind a legacy far greater than words could express. A modest lifestyle, a $1 million legacy. Despite the glamour of fame, Hajji Alejandro remained grounded. His estimated net worth stood at around $10 million, a reflection of his successful career in music, acting, and hosting. Yet Hajji never allowed wealth to change who he was. Known for his humility and authenticity, he lived a life that was both comfortable and connected to his roots. He owned several properties and luxury vehicles, the fruits of decades of hard work. In addition to his artistic pursuits, he also ventured into business. While living in Los Angeles in the late 80s, he and Rio Diaz opened a restaurant along Melrose Avenue. However, the business was eventually impacted by a recession, leading Hajji to return home in 1992 after selling his house. Even with his successes, Hajji chose to live simply, investing in people and passion rather than extravagance. He never lost touch with the ordinary Filipino, and that sincerity kept him close to the hearts of many. A career that defined generations. Hajji Alejandro's career officially took off in 1976 when he went solo with the help of lyricist Willie Cruz, who also served as his mentor. With his smooth vocals and irresistible charm, Hajji became a household name. His early hits, including Panikiputas and Tagra, Tagon, captured the hearts of a young audience. By the time he released his debut album Hajji in 1977, he was already dubbed the original Kilabot ng mga Kolehiyala. His breakthrough moment came in 1978 when he interpreted Ryan Cayabyab's masterpiece, Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika, at the first Metro Manila Popular Music Festival. Winning the grand prize at Metropop and later at the International Music Festival in Seoul, South Korea, Hajji not only elevated his own status but brought Filipino music to the world stage. His hits such as Sa Kanya, Bakit Na Ba, and Nandiyan Ka Na have remained timeless classics. His soulful voice, emotional delivery, and relatable lyrics turned his songs into anthems of love, longing, and hope. More than a singer, actor, host, and cultural icon. Beyond music, Hajji Alejandro made his mark in film and television. He starred in the movie Panikiputas alongside Nora Honor and Trixia Gomez, which became a box office success. Although he chose not to continue acting, feeling uneasy with mature scenes, he remained active in musical theater and on TV. In the 1980s, he became a beloved television host, bringing music into Filipino homes through various shows. His on-screen presence, natural charisma, and undeniable talent made him a versatile entertainer and a cherished icon. Legacy of philanthropy and advocacy. What made Hajji Alejandro truly remarkable was not just his talent, but his heart. Throughout his life, he used his platform to support charitable causes, especially those related to education, healthcare, and the arts. He frequently performed at benefit concerts and donated to organizations working for the betterment of Filipino communities. He was also a strong advocate for local artists. Hajji mentored young musicians, gave them opportunities, and never hesitated to lend a hand. His generosity and compassion made him not just admired, but deeply loved by those who knew him personally. Final years and lasting impact. In the final years of his life, despite his illness, Hajji remained a symbol of strength and artistry. He continued to inspire through music and presence, even as he battled a disease that would eventually take his life. His longtime partner, Alina Velasquez, stood by his side, offering love and support in his most vulnerable moments. Hajji Alejandro passed away on April 21, 2025, after a courageous fight against stage 4 colorectal cancer. The announcement of his passing, shared by his family and longtime manager Girly Rodis, sent a wave of sorrow across the nation. Fans, fellow artists, and industry leaders mourned the loss of a man who had given so much through his music and his soul. Conclusion: a voice that will never be silenced. Hajji Alejandro's story is one of passion, perseverance, and profound humanity. He was not just a singer, but a storyteller, a trailblazer, and a true servant of the arts. From the glittering stages of Manila to the humble corners of communities he helped, Hajji's voice resonated in more ways than one. He taught us that success isn't just about fame or fortune, it's about staying true to yourself, uplifting others, and leaving a legacy of love. Though he may be gone, the music lives on. And so does the memory of a man who sang not just with his voice, but with his heart. Rest in peace, Hajji Alejandro. Your melody remains with us forever.